Hey everyone, it's Ken.
Ray.
Two Drunk Brothers Garage. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. I'm going for the first. I'm thirsty, man.
Already.
I'm going for the drink. Sorry, brother. I only got one cheers into me. We cheers everybody else.
Yeah.
You're on your own. You're incorporated in that first one.
So we're out here with Goldie.
Yeah. NFL draft day. That's the
yeah.
day we're doing it. We haven't seen the Lions pick yet at 28. It's coming up here. I think the Bears just picked a tight end out of Michigan.
Yeah, tight end out of Michigan.
Good for him.
Yep.
But yeah, we're out here with Goldie. We're going to try to... We got some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some door locks, some trunk locks.
We got a dipstick. We're going to check the oil.
We got an ignition for the new ignition key.
Yep.
We want to try that.
And we're going to scope maybe down to the tank, see if she's rusty or not. We got a little bore scope for old iPhone, which works on my iPhone.
Yeah.
And if not, we'll just
hook up a gas can
right into the fuel pump. We'll just disconnect the tank until we know what we got there.
Yeah.
But we're going to kind of tinker. We want to see if we can get her.
Yeah, we can get her up by May 4th. Ray's got a car show he could go to on May 4th. Maybe
it would be kind of cool to just kind of lope her in there.
If she runs.
She's going to run. She's a runner.
Well, we turned her over here in a prior video by hand.
Yeah.
So she's not seized up. We know that.
Yeah. She's a runner. These Buicks, if you guys know, you know she's a runner. Of course, that was a little older Buick.
This is pretty old. It's 71.
Yeah, but that one was like a 65 in the show, in the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
You know the movie I'm talking about? She's a runner.
I do not know off the top of my head.
Patrick Swayze was in it. And he's buying a used car off of a lot.
Oh, yeah, the Buick Riviera.
The Buick Riviera.
So,
there you go. I was going to say, don't say the name. We'll see if anybody else can throw it in the comments. But he ruined it.
Sorry.
That's all right. But Roadhouse, she's a runner. She's a Buick. It's going to be good. Anyhow, let's go.
Let's go.
Cool. Hey, everybody. So we're getting ready. We got this little camera. I don't know if you guys can see on my phone. Let me point the camera at something other than... There it is. There's the Two Drunk Brothers sign. So we're going to... I'm going to zip tie this on here, and just for a little bit of more rigidity, and we're going to send it down. We're going to just scope out Goldie's tank, see how rusty it is, see if it's clear. We're going to try to work on her.
And this thing has a light on for the end of the camera, so you can see. It's got some other attachments to it also in the box. Something I bought for my old iPhone. It's a lightning, and it won't work in the 15 Pro because it's a USB-C, but Ray's phone is still the lightning cord, so I'm giving that to Ray.
That's because Ray's still rocking an iPhone 8.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving it up anytime soon, not till they make me. And they do make you eventually. They made me give up the iPhone 5.
Yeah. So. But we're going to try to see how bad. Hopefully the gas tank is good and we can just dump some gas down the pipe. But if not.
That would be great.
We're going to.
I'm not holding out hope.
We're going to go to the old standby over here with a piece of hose from the fuel pump to the gas. We're at the back of Goldie. And
hopefully I got enough.
Oh, and you turn the light on too, brother. Don't forget.
Yep.
Just gotta rotate. No, on the camera.
Oh,
rotate that all the way up until it comes on.
Oh yeah, look at there. We might need two. We might need two sticks.
There's too much glare off your phone to see the picture. And we might have to go a little.
Is there a There is another. Look at that. There's another like baffle down in there.
So somebody can't siphon gas, maybe? Is that a vent? Maybe?
I don't know. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Oh, I just slid past it, but now I'm stuck.
Uh-oh.
Well, isn't that a nice how do you do? Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
Well, maybe this failed. Maybe we're not going to be able to see if there's a bunch of rust in that tank. So we're going to have to go to option 2, which is pull the line off at the fuel pump that comes from the back of the car and just maybe put an inline filter down there. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So, listen, I'm going to pat myself on the back here a little bit, and I probably won't hurt my arm that bad, but my Kenny just patted me on the back, but I thought this was pretty slick. Screwdriver popped up, and I had to catch the screwdriver in
a rock chip.
In the crack. No, actually, the crack all the way across.
Oh, yeah.
And the screwdriver is actually busted tip too. So, it was a combination of things, but it worked. This is the 22.5-inch. That's funny because they even call it a blue handle, but it's not painted blue. Oh, wait, it is. It's got a little blue.
Yep.
It's got a little
blue dot on it.
Yep.
That's funny.
So this is the one they say it's for. Let's see. There we go. 70 to 72 Skylark Riviera, 350 to 455. So evidently the same.
And there's some tape on the dipstick too.
And it's got an ad mark. It's got
full mark.
Operation range capacity 4 quarts.
4 quarts, really?
That's what it says.
I thought 350 took 5 quarts of oil.
Who knows? But right here is the dipstick tube. It's got some Gorilla tape or something on there. I'll move this out of the way so everybody can see. There's the Gorilla tape. If you guys go back and watch the last video, when we broke this loose, we dumped a bunch of Marvel mystery oil down the cylinders. It's a mystery why we did that.
Because it was hanging up.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Marvel mystery oil.
Yes.
Even Kenny didn't catch the joke.
Catch that. Yes.
Let's see here. Well,
seems to fit.
And oh Lord. I don't even know where the top. Let's see. The ad mark is right here.
Let's say at the top of the bend.
Yeah, top of the bend. Might not be too bad.
How's she smell?
It smells like
mystery oil.
Nope, no mystery, but it smells like
used oil.
Used oil.
Got any antifreeze?
Nope.
Any gas?
Yes, I'm smelling gas. Huh. I'm not going to taste it. I'm not one of those guys. I know there's guys out there that do
it. You're not Vice Grip?
No, I'm not. I think he actually enjoys it.
Oh, he does. He tastes, every time I see him, he's tasting the oil.
But I guess if you got a little sweetness in there, you get the antifreeze and oh yeah, we're pretty full. This time on the backside it came. It's way up, which kind of makes sense. But it's not burnt. It's not bad looking.
Could use some fresh.
Definitely some fuel down there. Did we pour fuel down this?
No, because we didn't get it cranked over yet.
No, but I would say we're good to send her. Crank it over. All right, we're going to go ahead and we got Kenny brought over his stands that our nephew made when he was working. So instead of using jack stands out here on the gravel, we're going to go ahead and lift Goldie up, get the blocks underneath the front end so I can slide underneath there and hook up our clicky clack from the battery down to the starter and see if we can get Goldie to bark off.
Turn over.
Well, she'll turn over. We know that. We want her to bark off.
We
know she'll turn over manually, so I'm assuming if the starter's good, she will turn over.
And not have no noise in the engine when it...
Now, don't go jinxing us. You don't voice those things out loud, brother. She's going to be just fine.
Cold cranking amps.
Thought I had a battery in the garage for Goldie out of my yard tractor, but I don't. So we're pulling one out of the Bronco, take it in, get it on high blast on the machine for a little bit while we get Goldie up in the air. This one's, she's a good deal. She's got almost 2 volts in her. She should be good to go. So got that on high bake there for a second. Hopefully we'll get enough charge in that to be able to spin over Goldie. That's the plan anyhow. We went ahead and just brought the battery out here. It was almost 10.5 volts up at the garage. It's down to 4.5, so I'm sure that battery's toast, but we're just gonna, we brought the charger out here. We got, 125 foot of cord up to the house. That'll be great. Nothing like it is a 12.3 extension cord, so it might not get that hot, or then again, it might trip the GFCI up there. But we're going to do this and see if we can get her to bump over.
So we want this on 12 high, or you want
12 high,
or you want 12 cranking?
12 high for now. It should be good. We'll see what we get.
All
right. So we got the clicky clack set up, and it was rolling over really super slow. So we went ahead and pulled all the spark plugs just to take all the compression out of it, see if we can get it rolling over faster. We think it's because this battery is just so old and there's probably no real cranking amps to it, even though we do have the charger going on it. But when we hit the starter switch here, you can even hear that kind of ramp up the blower a little bit. But hopefully it spins over a little bit better. There it goes. Hell yeah. All right. So quick run to Batteries Plus. Got the new Duracell 850 cold cranking. Got the to-go handle on it, which is nice. We'll get that put in. But I was also we just got back. I was taking a look. That is some nice soldering or welding or something somebody did on this radiator.
Like some soldering.
Yeah. She might be a leaker. Guess we're going to find out.
All right. New battery going in.
She might not be the exact fit for this, but it does fit in the Bronco, so I just went ahead and got one that fits. Well, we'll see if this will make her crank over faster.
Hopefully it does.
In the meantime, why don't you give me 1776 there? I could. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers
everyone.
And let's see if she spins over a wee bit faster now that we got some better cranking apps. Seems better.
Yeah.
Getting stuff out of there.
Over here too. Pumping all that mist oil out. All right, I guess we put the spark spark plugs back in, and
yeah, we got to get 12 volt. Our ignition isn't good, so we're going to have to hotwire 12 volts to the coil, so we get 12 volts to the distributor. We'll put a spark plug, we'll leave a spark plug out, see if we're getting some spark, and then we just pour some down the gullet and see if we get her to launch off for us.
Yep.
Okay, so we got all the spark plugs back in except one. We got just a alligator clip wire that Kenny had in his work truck from the positive over to the positive post on the coil. Checked with a voltmeter. We got 12 volts coming over to the distributor, and we got a spark plug in right here up against the manifold. We should see spark right there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not.
Oh yeah,
we got spark there. So we're going to put that spark plug in and maybe dump a little gas down the carburetor and see if we can get her to
fire off.
Okay, so we got the spark plug back in. We were just talking. We did not disconnect the fuel line coming from the tank to the fuel pump, but we'll just go ahead and see. I have no idea about the carburetor, if it's going to work or not. But, well, Kenny was down here pointing out a bald spot there, weird, but check out the belt right there. Zoom in on.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the cracks on that belt.
That's the power steering belt. So that is going to be definitely have to be one. Well, it's going to have to be.
Yeah, that needs some TLC, but that's good crack. So we're going to get a little jug full of gas and
dump it in.
See what we get.
And see if we get some fire. Okay.
I just poured some down the vent tube into the, hopefully got some in the bowl. Poured a little bit down the gullet. Here we go.
See if this bad boy is going to.
I don't know why I'm moving all this stuff like she's going to vibrate and start up, but who knows? Maybe she does. What? Get out of here.
Do that again.
Keep her running. Let's see if we can keep her running off the bowl. Here, you want to... Ooh.
What?
I smell her. Ah.
Oh, do it again. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to pour some more down the bowl.
The biggest thing, how are we going to shut it off?
Pull the alligator clip off to the coil.
Oh, yeah.
Kill spark would be my initial thought. I mean, but what? There's too much. Well, what do I know?
Right.
That was me. I hit it. I hit the starter. Scared the shit out of you. Didn't
scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, it's just coming from the back and the wind's bringing. Go ahead and keep it running. You got to keep it running. Keep it running. Hell yeah. Well, that's the Marvel Mystery Oil burning off. Take a. Hell yeah.
Sounds good.
Shit. Let's go again. See if we can keep it. See if we got enough in the bowl to keep it running.
Hey, go ahead.
Nope. All right. Let's fill up the bowl some more. We should have brought out our fire blanket just in case.
Whoop. All right. I just don't want to run in that 5,000.
Well, don't go full throttle. You gotta be the throttle.
I was.
I said don't go full throttle.
I was trying not to.
All right. Man,
she runs.
Hell yeah.
Now, do we take the...
Now we need to take
the hose off of the bottom of the fuel pump to see if we get fuel up to
the fuel pump's working and see if we can get it away. See if we can... Has it been that way the whole time?
No, I just... This one here got it in the middle. I hope not. If not, everybody sees my middle finger.
Yeah. But she
runs and not knocking. It actually sounds
doesn't no valve train noise?
Yeah, it was actually.
But now I want to get it running and idling.
Yeah.
And a beer. So we need a beer. We have a gas can. We have a piece of fuel hose.
Yep.
I say we pull off the soft line going into the tank right at the bottom of the fuel pump.
Because worst case, if
the fuel pump's bad, we get a new fuel pump. But we'll be able to tell. We just need to see if we can get it running off the fuel pump. If not, we'll have to get a fuel pump.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
All right. So I climbed up underneath here to check that fuel line, pull it off. We're going to pull this off and put it, run a piece up onto the fuel pump. And this had some fuel on it. I did pull the clamp off and pull it down. There's fuel already in the line going back to the tank, and it smells decent. Of course, you know, the older fuel, it's not the new ethanol fuel probably in this tank. So we're just going to put it back on and see if that pump's actually pumping. And if it runs off the tank, it runs off the tank. But we're going to try it one or two more times just off of this to see.
Just the carburetor.
Yep. See if we can get it idling.
This goes. Go ahead and crank.
Carburetor's leaking gas, but here we go. Man. See if we can do it one more time. See if we can. I don't know if the fuel pump's pumping or not, but let's try it.
I'm kind of worried about that belt fucking breaking and smacking me.
Oh, that's probably a valid concern. It'll only sting for a minute. He's not going to be able to hit the hole either, laughing like that. I thought there when it bogged down a little bit and then you brought it back to life, I thought maybe you had it had caught the pump. And we don't know how much fuel is in the
fuel tank.
In the fuel tank. Oh. All right, here we go. All right.
So
that fuel pump just might not be bringing the fuel up. We could try cracking the fuel line up here and backfeed down in case the diaphragm in the fuel pump is dried up.
What do you think? 5/8 or bigger?
Yeah, no, that's probably a 5/8, but I don't know if. Well, we'll try that. Maybe just backfeed down.
Oh, there's a fuel filter right there too.
Into the just to see if we can bring that fuel pump around from this side. But we're gonna go ahead and do that.
So we took the line out here and we cranked it over, and it was pumping gas out of from the thing. It actually tried to fire while we were without it touching it. So maybe we were flooding it out. I don't know.
But we are going to pull this out. There should be a little mesh filter in here.
A little inline filter in the carburetor filter.
We'll go ahead. But I'm glad that didn't
drop
land on the button. No, I'm glad it didn't land on the button. That would have been my luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to back this out and just check the filter, clean that. Maybe that's our problem. But overall, Goldie seems to want to
live.
Yeah. Well, she's living now. She's living her best life. 53 years later, 54 years later. Oh.
She's pretty dirty. Oh, yeah, she's pretty dirty.
I don't know if she's dirty or not.
Yeah, that's dirty. It should be bright yellow if it's clean.
there is maybe some contaminants in there. I wonder if O'Reilly's would have one of those.
They should. We could take it with us and
maybe we go do a little. Maybe it's worth it. There's a spring in there. All right. Well, I think we're going to go look for a fuel filter real quick, folks. Well, Napa Gold 3044. We went to O'Reilly's first, but they did not have it actually in stock. Made in Taiwan. Good enough. But we're going to go ahead and get this hooked up, and we'll just see if it'll fire up off of the
lacquer in the gas tank.
Yeah, it doesn't smell. It doesn't smell varnished, which is kind of surprising because if my deductions are right, this thing had not ran. The last time we think it was tagged was 2000 or 1991, so that would make it some pretty old oil.
Yeah.
And gas is what we were talking about.
Yep. But we did buy an oil filter and some oil for it, so one day we'll get the oil changed in this bad boy.
Yeah, just I don't want to run it very long because that when we earlier, it smells like there's some gas in there, which makes sense. Okay. Now, I already heard him crack he didn't even.
I did not. I thought you already had yours cracked. That's why I did that.
No. He's a one-way.
Yeah, I was thirsty.
Now I got to put the 12 volt. We just disconnected the 12 volt going to the coil. Well, no,
or
to the coil. Which
that
alligator clip was a little warm when I went to take it off.
Whoa.
Okay.
She's got power now.
She got power. All right, here we go. Will she just fire up and run? Well, let's find out.
Do it again.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe the fuel pump's not as strong as it needs to be.
I mean, it was pushing, when we tried, it was pushing out.
Yeah. The carburetor could have issues. We can give her a tappy, tappy, tappy. I don't even know where the accelerator pump is on this guy.
Yeah.
Just, could be a needle, freaking, I don't know. Everybody's always going around tapping on shit. And it worked on the starter for us.
Yeah.
Let's not tap it so hard we break it.
That's good.
All right, let's see. That was me hitting the starter again. She wants to run. That's all I know.
That's the main thing. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I don't think the fuel pump's pumping. There could be no gas in the tank too. We don't know. Oh, we probably don't want the bottom crud, do we?
Probably not.
That was a little bit of bush latte we threw in there to clean out the Kenny's Mio drink.
Oh yeah, need a stool to stand on. Front end so big you can't.
Oh yeah, so the
it'll close.
That's squirting when you throttle it.
Okay. Well, we know that because when I rev it up.
True.
But it's not getting fuel into the bowl.
Yeah, so we could either need a bunch of fuel in the tank,
or
the pump is still weak. I mean, just because we were getting it out here, I don't know.
do we try to take that hose off, put a hose on there, and put it in the gas can and see if it sucks it up through the gas can?
Well,
from the gas can?
I think we're going to let this run right here, and we're going to call it a victory and probably end this video because you've got to go for the night, and I'm just tickled to death that this thing seems to want to sit here and idle. We just need to get the fuel solved.
Right.
Which we know it's one of two things, the fuel pump or there's nothing in the fuel tank. Now, I could go and get 10 gallons this week and dump in there, and we could try firing it up again later, see if the fuel pump, but that's for another day. Here we go.
But I think we should take the hose off the pump and hook it to the gas can to see if the
pump's working
before you go waste $10 right away. Or 10 gallons.
Yeah, we can do that too. But this should fire right up again.
Yep.
I mean, she seems to want to sit there and just run an idle.
Yeah.
We're just not getting fuel. So, yeah, it could still be the pump for sure. All right, so I got the tank or the fuel tanks down here. Fuel hose I dropped. This is the hose coming from the tank, and there's a hole right there. So that's where the leak was coming from. Just got her there. So just dropped it. If this works, maybe we'll just come down here, take this hose,
cut it
there, just is right there. So we'll just take that clamp off and then either put a new piece in there and splice it in between and put an inline fuel filter down here and fill up the tank with gas if this works, if the fuel pump works. So I'm hoping the fuel pump works, but we'll get her fired up and see how it goes. Backfiring out there's a hole in the exhaust.
Oh.
But so the fuel pump is working because we got her sucked up. Hold on, just let her idle for a minute. But she's sitting there idling, backfiring a little bit. So maybe we got to miss.
Well, this spark plug wire is
there's a bad spark plug wire.
That wire right there is kind of missing part of it.
But hell yeah, brother.
She's running.
Woohoo! She is sitting there running and idling like we forgot to grab antifreeze.
Oh, yes, we did. There's about half full.
Well, we don't want to run her too long. So, fuel pump's good.
Yep. Oh, maybe.
Well, no, the fuel pump's good. It just, why did she just die?
I don't know. Excuse the, there. Might need a little idle set, I don't know.
I got it. We're getting some smoke out the back.
Yeah, a little bit of smoke.
But I'm not hearing any major
knocking or nothing. But it does need an oil change. Could be because some vacuum lines are not hooked up. Maybe. Yeah, she's a little smoky, but she's burning off some mystery oil probably still. little burnage off.
Well, yeah, that's all that
yeah.
mystery oil.
Yep.
Well, shoot.
I think
Cheers,
cheers,
bud.
brother.
Cheers.
We got a running Goldie.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Well,
Cheers.
cheers, everyone.
Cheers, brother.
I told you.
She's a runner.
She's a runner. She wants to run, and she did run. Fuel pump's good.
Yes.
So, as you guys seen, the tank.
And you can also see down there behind Ray, you can see the gas tank
We haven't
down there.
pulled it out yet, but yeah, I think we're going to end the video here. It wants to run and idle. There might have a vacuum problem, but I think we discussed the fan belts, as you guys seen, are pretty tore up.
Yep. Spark plugs, wires.
So next video, I think 10 gallons or so in the tank.
Yep.
Splicing an inline filter down there before the fuel pump, just so we got another filter other than that little one at the carb. I'd rather just get down there with a couple twist hose clamps and then be able to change out those inline little plastic filters down there until we see what type of crud's in the tank.
Yeah.
And then just get her running an island. Maybe we get the air filter back on there and the vacuum hoses plugged back in. But we also have to do that steering column yet.
Yeah.
So I will break into there, work on that.
That'll
in the
probably
next video.
actually be the next video.
Next video, try to get that done, and maybe the engine work.
Yeah.
Like
Before
I said,
he goes back to work.
belts, fuel, inline fuel filter, and see if we can get it running off the actual tank in here. But the pump works, and she wants to sit there and idle. You guys heard a lot of little backfire and everything. The exhaust is pretty trashed, but I'm not worried about that for right now. I just want to get in.
We're just going to open headers on it, run it down the road.
It's just a 352 barrel. It's not going to get anything fancy.
Yet.
I just want to drive it. Yeah, maybe. Yet. Maybe. We'll see.
There might be something in the works.
There's always something in the works. Just making it happen.
Yeah.
But anyhow, guys, Goldie.
Success.
Yeah, a huge success, and we haven't been very successful lately. So we're going to chalk this one up to a huge success because it actually sits there and runs and idles for longer than.
And it's quiet, actually.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna call it good for this video. Good. So,
Ken,
Ray,
cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers, brother.
Two Drunk Brothers Garage out.
Oh, like,
subscribe,
comment.
Yeah.
None of that stuff costs anything, so we would really appreciate it.
Yep.
Now, Two Drunk Brothers Garage out.